Today is our very big roofing day, and we have the most excellent A-team in the world. So let's introduce our friends and let's get to work. You guys, it has been a long time coming.
It has been a long time coming, that's for sure.
As you guys can see, Gary and I already got a good head start on the roof back there. We got the valleys all in place, so now it's pretty much going to be a lot of the straight runs. We still got some more valleys to do on the mudroom, as well as that big back deck there. You got Mike up there already. You got Drew up there already. Gary's coming on down. They're getting ready for the next piece. Let me tell you what, guys, working on those valleys right there it's been something. Every single one of those pieces has to be measured and then brought down, the measurements brought down here. We got to pick it out of the basket, and then we got to put the lines on metal, and then we got to cut and hem and bend and prepare each individual piece for those valley sections. It's definitely a long process, but with the standing seam metal, that's what it takes in order to have your fasteners completely secured and out of the elements. Plan of action for right now is the guys are going to try to get this side finished, and then once that's finished, I think we're going to start having some different teams kind of going back and forth. We still have that whole back patio section to get done, as well as the actual mudroom to get roofed. But once all that is done, it's done, and then we're going to have a completely metaled roof. So I'm so stoked. I've got such high energy right now, guys. I'm just on cloud 9 that this day is finally here. I mean, we've been working towards getting our roof done for literally a year now. Y'all know, you guys were asking us back before we had the back deck and before we had the mudroom, why aren't you putting metal on the roof? Today, you guys are finding out exactly why we haven't put metal on the roof until today. And again, it all comes down to the type of metal that we're trying to use for it, which is the standing seam metal, and how it all connects in together. So I'm really happy with it, friends. Like, I have so much to say, but at the same time, I don't even know what to say because it's just so many emotions going through right now. Anyway, I got to get in here and help Gary pick out the pieces and stuff, and we got to get this thing rolling, so let's do it.
Come on.
We got the mark down there, or up there, right?
Yep. Already marked.
Alright, let me... So you can make your way back down.
Now you gotta walk it out. Now walk it out. Now walk it out.
These three right here, so any of these 1, 2,
Glad David's not using Uber to carry that one piece of metal.
No pressure, just waiting.
Well, now that we got the roof to this point where we're gonna have to cut that side piece and hem it all down, the guys actually have made their way down over to the fence line. And if you guys can hear it in the background, David has fired up Uber. Essentially, what we're gonna try to do is stage and set up the next part of this roof build. David's gonna go ahead and grab one of these complete boxes and bring it down over here to where the guys are at opening up the fence. That way the unloading and loading of all of the metal to this back area goes a lot smoother. Unfortunately, we still haven't gotten the scissor lift here yet. It was supposed to be delivered yesterday or this morning, but the company, I guess, had some issues, probably due to all that rain that we had. Anyhow, thank God for David and Uber, because we're still gonna get this work done one way or another. The A-team is on the case.
Watch the stone. I took this tire hard.
There's a dung beetle in the backyard.
We ain't ready yet.
You're in left. He's ready. I'm pretty sure now that Gary has everything lined out and chalk lined out where it needs to be. He's kind of given the run through to Drew and to Mike up there on the roof. And I think we're gonna start moving stuff. From what I can hear down here, it sounds like it's a little bit complicated and a little bit interesting, like Gary likes to say. So I'm actually going to throw the camera up to them, and I'm gonna have them show you everything that they've been working on up there as they start slamming these next pieces of metal up and onto the building.
So Gary's got us marked off right there. That last one's gonna go right around in here somewhere. The rest will trim out. And then we've got us a chalk line right here. Right here. That's gonna meet us. This chalk line's gonna meet us on that upright. And then we'll have nothing but straights all the way till we get to that little triangle down there. Gary's got all his measurements and he's about to make his cut. Me and Mike are just up here sucking up the sun.
Soaking it up.
And yeah, he's gonna get that first one going. Once we get that first one right, we'll be rolling.
Yeah, we start to lean out here on the edge. I even get a little like,
Yeah, and if he falls, man, my nerves are shot.
As long as you get me a good like 6-8 inch line, I should be able to get it. Because I have it marked right there out that side.
so
Just go right underneath.
to the edge,
Yep.
and we're wanting at the tip.
Yeah, don't try to move it. Don't try to move it too much.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. Underneath or?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know, Gary, if this is even, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're good.
If he can see anything,
All right, you're good. Oh.
Just slide back.
All right.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
I can see a little bit of it. Okay. I should be able to get her.
15 minutes later.
Here, go ahead and tack me one right up there at that top. It's this first piece that's the more crucial because everything should lay out exactly 16. Because you guys seen how little can make a lot at the top. Okay, so where we out on that line? Do me a favor and just tack another one right there. Why not? All right, and that's our first piece.
First pick.
Hopefully that looks right at that corner over there.
Go look at it real quick while he's laying there. Look at that corner. Can you tell, Mel?
I mean, from my view, it looks good, yeah.
Not his bud, the corner. No.
Yeah.
It all looks good.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you could squeeze that
I'm not.
out through that corner.
Oh!
I got you.
Damn,
I got
Gary.
you, bro. You ain't.
I was expecting my legs to grip, not be gripped. Yeah!
Hey, I know I ain't tied off, but hey.
That will.
I've seen him.
All right.
Can you
what?
reach out all the way to that peak? Sorry.
What do you want me to do with it?
Just hem it a little bit tighter if you can. I'm looking at the bottom. Yep, right there. You're good. You should.
Hey, Mike, that reminds me.
Yep, right there. Back it up just a tad too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, that's down. That's her. You are golden. You can get out of that funky spot. We're getting further away from the corner. Screw that corner.
First two pieces on. That end corner piece was really butt puckering. Second one on. Looks like we probably got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 more pieces.
And then I can go to work.
Woohoo!
Lunch is served here in Camp Life. We got this really nice domy gazebo. Wow, look at this. This is a party place. This is bigger than the one I've got. But they got chips for us. They got the sides or the accompaniment for your sandwiches. And then we got hoagies in here. And for dinner, I believe we got something. Roxanne's got something going in the Instant Pot. So, ooh, gonna get my grub on. Got me an amazing ham sandwich and some chips. I see some of those boys are already up on the roof over there. I gotta hurry and get my lunch eaten so we can start getting them some metal up there. I believe they're just taking measurements right now.
Like I said earlier, it is a little slow going just to get these corner triangular pieces in, because you gotta measure each one, you gotta hem each one, cut each one, get it all in, and get it lined up, so that way when they do get to the straightaway, it's just flying, right? So all of us are down here spectating. Anthony's flying the drone. Roxanne got a break out of the kitchen. Lissa doesn't have to do anything with the old cameras at the moment. Miss Des showed up. Hey. Nurse on duty just in case something happens. And Pops. Say hey.
Hi.
Pops got to come down and enjoy the show with us. And of course, Tim ain't working. I'm just teasing, Tim. I'm just teasing. You see, David isn't working either, so.
Working this a lot.
Yeah.
All by the drone.
Uh-huh.
He was holding the ladder. That's his job all day. Hold the tractor seat down and hold the ladder.
Yeah. Hey. Every job is important around here, all right? We are grateful for all of them. But we're all kind of just waiting in the wing. This part of the job is kind of a one-man thing for the little while Gary gets all the angles and stuff, and then Drew and Mike are just kind of waiting to put each piece in. I know that all of us are going to get really busy, so we're kind of counting this as the calm before the storm. And I know that you don't see any clouds right now, but it's about to get stormy. So let's keep this rolling. They are almost to that final straight piece, and then it's on.
Everybody need a little captain. Captain Morgan, Captain Morgan, baby.
We can try both ways.
Where's Gary?
He's coming.
Ain't much left. I'm trying to save some, not save, but like, I want to make sure you guys have fresh tortillas.
Woo, thank you, Aunt.
You're welcome.
Grill Master 5000 over here.
That's right.
I see another one. You good?
After a long day working on the cabin, there's nothing better than kicking back and letting the hot water do its magic. My muscles are sore, my back is tight, but this right here is our reward.
When this showed up back in December, we were excited, but also a little skeptical. Could an inflatable hot tub really stand up to muddy boots, curious dogs, rowdy kids, and an Arkansas winter? So we held off on talking about it until we gave it a real test. Right out of the box, it came with everything we needed. Filters, the insulated cover, the control unit, and even a padded floor mat to stand on when getting in and out. We laid it out, plugged it in, and pressed a button. It self-inflated in just a few minutes. No tools, no fuss. Then we filled it up with a regular old garden hose. Simple as that. No plumbing hookups needed. Once it was full, we popped on the insulated cover, which helps to trap heat and cuts down on energy use, especially in our colder weather. The built-in heater brought the water up to temperature in under 24 hours, and when we hit the jets button, whoa! 130 massaging air jets surrounded the entire interior. It felt like a full-on spa day right in our backyard.
We've been using it for months now, and it's held up like a champ. It has 130 massaging air jets that really do help loosen everything up after a long, hard day's work.
It has really nice accessories, like the built-in LED light, also the cool drink holder, and it's so spacious. It's big enough for the entire family, or for just the two of us, if we're lucky enough to get some time away.
And we've tested it through cold nights and stormy weather. No leaks, no tears, just good vibes and hot water.
So if you've been dreaming about adding a little relaxation to your homestead, or even in your backyard in the city, this thing might just be your new favorite hangout spot.
Check out the link in our description and pinned comment to grab one for yourself. Big thanks to Relax Time for sending this out and letting us test it before sharing it with y'all.
The following day.
For you, when you get up to the peak, you can strap directly into the ridge thing with this guy.
Okay. You want me to snap into the D-ring with that?
Yep, and that's going to be it. So that way I have a rope excess as well as everybody else has a rope up there.
Yep. So once I'm locked in, I'm locked in.
Correct. So you're going to climb up there. Once you get up there, clip in and then take off that. Okay. Don't take that off until this is clipped into the D-ring.
I got you.
Mike and them are up there though.
I got you.
This is going to be a tricky spot, so.
Okie dokie.
We can see if you can get up. We might have you go down the other way.
Or go up the other way?
We might, yeah, depending. We'll see what happens, right?
Yeah. So real quick, before we get moving, guys, today is day 2 of the Family Metal Day. Got so much work done yesterday, man.
We did.
So much work done. The whole front of the house is completely done, minus the mudroom. And then pretty much the whole deck, minus this little corner piece over here, is done for the roof back here. So as I'm going up, Gary, you're going to stay down here and you're going to work on this corner piece, right?
Yes and no. I'm going to be all over the place,
okay.
But it's going to work out.
Yeah.
It's going to work out. And our biggest thing is, since we got what we got done on the back deck, we can now start transitioning from the actual deck roof to the roof house roof. The house roof.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just still early in my brain. Anyway, we're transitioning that piece right now. We got to get that lined out. We got to put down Z channel, get that zapped in, and then we got to go through and put cleats in. Once all that is zapped in, we also have to go through and pop rivet, and then we can finally start putting up the roof. So there's a ton that has to be going on, and there's a lot of steps to this process, as well as we got to caulk everything and make sure everything's not going to leak or back drag or wind drag or anything else like that. And while I'm doing all that and laying them out, showing them what's that, I'm going to work on this corner piece. Hopefully we will work out into a point where if they're not done, I can help them out and we can zap it all together and get it done.
Yep.
But I'm hoping it pans out to where I'm done and they're done at the same time, and we can start working on the actual roof of the house.
Yeah. And once you get to those straight pieces, man, as you guys saw yesterday, it starts flying really fast because of all the work that Mike and Gary did previously in the earlier week when they were like folding and cutting and bending all of those metal pieces with all that prep. That sincerely helped us so much to fly by yesterday. The trickier spots, like we've been saying this whole video, has been the valleys and these end pieces, but I mean, you did a really great job with it yesterday and the last few days. We all got full faith in you, baby. You got this. So, I know.
There's a lot of things to do before we can get to the roof. So
there is.
Let's get it.
Yep. So, all right, with that, I got to get up on this roof. I've been hopscotching around as a squirrel the last few days, and I figured this spot on the roof would give me the real bird's eye view, and this time with actual volume, because when we fly the drone, it's like a silent movie, and we got to either voice over or play some music, which I hope you guys have liked the tracks that we played so far today. But anyway, yeah, up onto the roof I go. Ka-ka, ka-ka. Let's get it. I can do it. Don't look down.
Hey, Mike, when you get up there, go first flip to the other side and then bring me back that flip in.
All right.
Hello. Hello, can you hold something? Can you hold this one real quick? Let me... tightening my rope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to pull it up higher, or is that it? Do you want me to grab your other bag?
Yeah, that's the ground.
You can do it.
I can do this.
You can do it.
Don't overthink it now.
Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it. My crotch above.
Yep, here you go. I got you.
I got me.
Yep. There you go. Yep. Yep, there we go. Oh yeah, I got
Thank
you.
you, Mike.
There you go.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
You're good. I got you. I'll get your drone.
Yay! Woo!
Yay! Yay! I need to get the rope.
What he's having me do. He's having me unhook here. I'm still hooked in here, but he's having me take this one and just pop and then pop free.
Right. Yep. And now I can take that back
Yeah,
down.
and now you can take it back, and now I'm pigeonholed into this spot. I ain't going nowhere.
All right. Here's this.
Yep. Thank you. Team effort, friends. Team effort.
Team effort. Going down.
Going down. George of the jungle. Yeah, you're a lot braver than me.
Toy, like a toy gun.
I'd have a 40-foot chop on.
Ready? Pop in.
Now the fun part. So somebody could technically, I guess, cut and just go down and just keep on cutting the Z channel while the others get butyl tape.
I can do the cutting. You just show me how it works. I'll do whatever. I don't care.
I'm gonna show you all the
All right, so this is exactly what Mike and Drew are doing right now.
Hello.
Hello. Got Drew over there measuring and cutting out these pieces and taking the plastic and stuff off of them. And Mike is going ahead and installing them. So why don't you go ahead and explain us the process to us real quick.
So, I was wondering actually why it was called Z channel, because it doesn't really look like a Z. But it does now. Now you see the Z.
I see the Z.
But we got, so basically white side up, blue side down. And there is a difference. We got a short side and a longer side. We're taking the shorter side and putting it down, clip facing downhill so that it's got something to lock in.
I see.
And then so we find the short side. We're gonna put some of this sticky tape is what we're calling it. I guess tape, it's just a sealant of some kind.
Yeah, it's kind of like Play-Doh-y on the other side.
Yeah, we use stuff like this in HVAC. It's kind of like a plumber's putty in a way.
I see.
So you get it good and tight, peel it back, and then we're gonna stick this down. So we're gonna make sure this is tight on down. But there's 2 black marks. Remember we marked it out earlier?
Yep.
So that's the whole purpose. We're lining this edge up with those black marks.
I see.
We're getting them in there, and then you push it down, you know, to get that seal.
Yep.
And then we're putting 4 screws in. That screws it down, and then this just makes sure there's no leaks anywhere.
We're doing the extra, of course, guys, just because we're not going through all of this to have any kind of leak. It ain't happening. Not on Gary's watch.
That's right.
Not on Mike's watch.
I'm gonna make sure. Splooge.
Not on Drew's watch. Not today. Not today. All right, so that process that Mike and Drew are working with is very similar to basically how we had to do it for the valleys up on this other end. I'm gonna take you over here and give you guys a look at what I'm talking about. Right here where that paper is kind of coming up, where the plastic, where we got it pulled up, that's clamped in to that valley piece. And as you guys can see right here, that other white piece up, we're gonna have to clamp into that the same kind of way when we do this mudroom area. We're gonna save that until later. But basically what the guys are doing right now is pretty much very similar to what we had to do right there, except this part's quite a bit more tedious because they're having to put the railings inside each and every one of those channels. Where on this side, it was just one big channel to lay that did it. So a little different, but kind of the same concept, same idea. Gary's getting in another one of those corner pieces. You're getting down to the skinny now, baby. We talked about it, and I think I'm actually gonna do a little bit more than just film up here. I'm gonna jump in and we're gonna do kind of an assembly line with this now that the guys got everything all cut and pretty much in place. So I'm gonna be the tail end. It's gonna start over there with Drew. He is putting like the butyl tape on all of these pieces and putting them in between right here. And once he gets it on, Mike's coming back with the drill and he's drilling it down and getting it all secured. And then as soon as it's secured, he's kind of sliding down the line, and I'm gonna come back with the caulking gun and just fill in the cracks. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get that done.
Bare hands, open sky, dust on my skin, heart feels light. Every board, every stone, a piece of me, a place to grow. Slow down, hear the trees, the wind hums low, it's guiding me. What you see is what you make. Patience shapes the way. Through these hands, through this heart, every dream's a work of art. So be the light you want to show. The world becomes the view you know.
Do you want us to try to ride that blue line still, babe?
We could ride that same chalk line. That'd be smart. And that would give me one and whatever actually, yeah. Let's just run that same exact chalk line. Let's do that. We need a continuous run of this. We cannot break it up. And the cleat is gonna run all the way to the end of the house. And we're just gonna run this right on top of those screws, basically. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab this backing and we're going to peel it to the length of this guy. Basically. Right about there. We're going to have somebody hold that in and we're going to go a little further. We are on my line here. We're on our line. That's my line. Yep, go ahead and push that guy in, and then the next piece is going to straight up get butted right into this.
Dead it in, not overlap.
And that's it. Like that. So rivet gun right here. I was forgetting to do something while I was up there.
What? Give us all raises?
Yeah.
That too. Yeah, I just wanted it. I wanted to make sure these were butt to butt. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to trip you. The snake. The snake. The sneaky snake. It's a sneaky snake.
You guys are freaking killing it, dude. It's that S10, he's all.
I see why you don't.
I've got 13 calls since the last time I talked to someone I knew.
You guys see how you tripping the ropes?
I know. I'm like, I see why you guys don't like the ropes. I've tripped on the ropes more times than I like tripped by myself.
The only time you want the rope is
Yeah, that's the only time you wish you were, right?
Today is day 3, back hard at work out here trying to get all of the roofing materials up on the cabin homestead. Yesterday, dude, it took everything we had as a team, and we were working really hard, but we got all of the seams done in there, the transitional piece. But I'll tell you what, guys, it took us the entire day just to get that transition in. We got Drew already up on the roof today, and Mike is about ready to join him. Gary is going to be using Uber and the basket. They're going to try to get some wood pieces up there so that way they can make a nice spot where we can put some more of this metal up and onto the building. We're on a little bit of a smaller crew today because honestly it's taking a while, and we only have our friends for so much time, which we are very, very appreciative as much time as they're able to give us, genuinely. But you know, today's one of those days where we're down to a little bit more of a skeleton crew. But that's all right, because Lissa is going to be helping us out today too. She's going to work by some of the ground crew, picking up some of the pieces and handing them off to me in the bucket that I'm then going to be handing off to Mike and Drew, and they're going to be staging and getting the next situation kind of ready for the roof to continue to get installed. So anyway, that was a mouthful. It's been very busy, lots of moving and shaking going on here. We're trying to just really knock this thing out. There's just a ton of steps, and we're trying to utilize our time to the best of our ability. So with all of that said, everyone's ready to go. We want to keep this thing moving as smoothly as possible, so we're going to jump right in. Let's get back to work. Y'all snapped in? All right. For real. It's slippery. Is it as bad as it was yesterday?
Keep an eye on that thing. Keep an eye on the course.
Is that angle all right? What do I don't want to take? I don't want to have you go down. You probably come forward. You want to get closer? Yeah, come forward. Good. I'm trying to go back. Okay. So I'll go that way. Oh, I'm too far. Let me
Are we trying to keep our ridge on that line?
on this rib right, or this right here.
Right.
This flange.
Thank you, dude.
Hold. Are you on your line with that flat?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go right here. Or right here, actually. We should be able to see the line on the whole thing coming down, but as long as you can see it up there, because I can see it down here, this panel will be, it's the starter piece, so it's more, we won't be crucial on this. All right.
So do you still want me to put the two at the top, or just one at the top? Or?
Yeah, do two, but you're gonna want to do it like literally maybe a ½ inch away from the top. And I'd say just do one.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're still gonna have, we have that whole Z channel and everything else to put in.
Yep.
One just a tacker. And then now it's every 4.
I was just trying to wipe off the
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. You got that guy. Oh, dude, these shoes are night and day different. They're
right.
Still a little slick, but you can get that 16 up there.
Come on.
You gotta go past.
Yep.
All right, you good?
Got it. All right, hold it. Give me a pull up. Give me a Drew.
Walk it out, all right?
Can you stomp? Can you stomp that guy? There we go. And where'd that mark go? That's there. Can you pull it up by chance? There we go. There we are. All right.
Yeah, that one's snapping in.
Ah!
Money down here, Gary.
Sweet. 26 more panels to go.
I don't know if it's just more pollen now or we had more sheets or what, but it was not. It was trying to go off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Good. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. Are you ready to grab?
Yep. 16.
Yeah, I see it.
Slide it up. If you can't, ooh.
Here we go.
It looks like it's tight. And we look like we're on our mark.
Oh, here we go. up and get 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Catch one in the middle. That's what me and Drew were doing yesterday. I'd skip 8 and he'd catch my middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You got the rest on this?
Yeah, I got
I'm gonna go get the bottom.
Yep.
All right, let's be real. Working out here in the heat, it's no joke. When you're up on the roof or hauling material around in the sun, staying cool can make or break your day. So when Taurus sent me a couple of their cool gadgets to try out, I figured, why not put them to the test? First up, this one's called the Taurus Coolify Air. It's a wearable neck fan, but not like those bulky ones that blow hot air in your face. This thing has cooling plates and fans that kick in instantly and drop your body temperature fast.
The Taurus Coolify Air is sleek and compact, and yet it's packed with power. One tap and you've got instant personalized climate control. A cool breeze or warm comfort, it does both. You can switch between cooling and heating modes effortlessly with the advanced temperature regulation at your fingertips. Slip it on and feel the difference. 360-degree airflow, whisper quiet fans, and a design so lightweight you'll forget it's even there. Whether it's blazing hot or bone-chilling cold, Coolify Air's got you covered.
It's lightweight, super quiet, and runs up to 18 hours. Whether I'm up on the roof or hauling supplies, it's keeping me cool without slowing me down. And then there's this one, the Coolify Iva. I use this when I come inside to take a break or eat lunch. It's a compact desk fan with strong airflow and barely makes a sound. I'll set it up on the table, point it at me in my face or neck, and just cool off. Charges with USB-C, easy to move around, nothing fancy, it just works. One thing that's really cool about this thing is that it's got a cooling plate, so it helps cool down the air before it even gets to you. If you're out working in the heat or just want to stay cool while you rest, Taurus really nailed it with these. I've been really impressed. If you want to grab one for yourself, hit the link in the description or check the pinned comment below. Big thanks to Taurus for sponsoring this video and keeping us cool while we're out here on the job site building this cabin. But it ain't gonna get built by itself, so let's get back at it.
It is yet again another day out here on the cabin homestead doing the standing seam metal roof build. Right now, Gary is taking this big crate that we pretty much emptied with all of the roofing that went up yesterday. He's gonna get it on out of our way, get things kind of adjusted since we still have Uber. I quite literally just finished cutting up this piece right here, got it all ready to go. This is gonna be one of the next pieces that are gonna go up on the roof to kind of seal in and complete that last little side. And then I think we're gonna just move these crates around and get ourselves set up in the front, because today we're gonna be working on the mudroom. So y'all, I am so excited. It's getting closer and closer and closer with every day of all this metal work for us to have a completed metal roof. But one day at a time, one sheet at a time, it's happening, and we're keeping this thing rolling. Pops is over there helping Gary right now with directing this big crate out of the area. Well, good morning, Pops.
Well, good morning there.
You enjoying the show?
Love it.
You've been helping out a lot this morning, helping guide Gary around.
I'm trying to.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it, man.
Little unbalanced here on the hill, but.
Yep, we definitely live on the side of a mountain.
Hello, everybody. Beautiful day out here today.
Yeah, guys. So if you didn't know, this is one of our very good friends and actually top channel member. This is Pops. And he actually lives out in Florida, but he's friends with us, friends with the whole community out here. So during this metal roofing day, I said, come on out, man. I don't have the greatest of accommodations, but we put him up in the pop-out camper. And I guess it's better than the car or the air mattress or something.
It works great, except when it gets really cold and a little chilly last night.
Oh, no.
42 from 86, big difference.
It is, yeah. Florida is bright and sunshine, the sunshine state, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so, and it definitely is still spring out here. It gets hot in the daytime. Like, it's going to get hot today, especially when we're going to be up on the roof. But in the mornings and at night, it's cold.
Yeah.
It does get cold. We're going to be moving and shaking today, though. We got the whole top of this to work on today. Right up there. Let me scoot over here so you guys can actually see what I'm working with. But this whole area, there is no metal on it, but there's metal all the way over there, all the way over there, that whole back area. Y'all, I'm so excited. We're really getting down to the nitty-gritty. I think the worst part of doing this mudroom up front is going to be connecting into the valleys yet again, because those are, again, the really intricate, precise measurement angled cuts that Gary's gonna have to like measure and figure out, and then we're gonna have to install piece by piece. But we do have a method to the madness that we're gonna try to work out today with Mike and with Drew. I don't know how far we're gonna be able to get today. We're gonna try our best to get this thing buttoned up and wrapped up, but I don't know, keep on watching. I've been compiling all this stuff into one big long video for you guys. I really hope that you guys are enjoying this video premiere so far. Worked really hard on it. It's been a long week, guys. But I really appreciate you guys sticking with me throughout this whole process. We're running on little sleep, but big hopes and dreams. And I want to thank you guys for being a part of all of this with us and hanging tight. But that's enough yammering. I'm going to help Gary out and get back to work up here. I think Mike and Drew are going to be here any minute now, so I'm going to make sure that the coffee's hot, the donuts are sweet, and that we're ready when they get here.
This is day 4? I don't know anymore. But anyway, we're on the mudroom. So we're gonna get all of the starter pieces going. Mel's gonna be in the basket, handing it up to the boys and getting it hemmed and everything on the drip edge over here. I'm gonna be on the other end. We got Lissa over here handing us sheets. It should go pretty quick to get into that valley, and then we can start working on all the other trim pieces and everything. So ain't anything else but to do it, so let's get it.
Oh, water.
Got it.
Thank you, ma'am. If you could put it in your cart, that'd be great.
Yep.
Lisa, you on the west? Come here. Quick draw my girl, boy.
Step back on it. That's yeah, perfect.
I got you up top.
Woo.
Oh, my bad.
There's 6 right there.
I don't
So
know.
now the
I don't know if
dangle
that next piece is going to be even 16 because it's going to clip into that somewhere, huh? I don't know. That's
I don't know. I just marked from I did the same thing
Right.
that I did before. So there's 16 right there.
We're ready.
So whatever this is to here or something where it clips.
He said all the next pieces are going to have to get cut.
Yeah. It's all walking in really well together, man. I'm looking at it and I'm looking at all the different channels and stuff, and I'm like, hell yeah,
You
dude.
can see it, right?
Yeah,
you
I
can see where the
it.
water comes down and
Yep.
how it's all tucked away.
Coming at you.
Melt.
Paper cut it.
Paper.
But yeah, I can see how it's gonna all flow out and you know where it's gonna go and how it's gonna go and all that.
And we've done a fair job also, just so you know, Gary, of keeping this on 16. So it's lined up nicely.
I want to come up here. And I'm gonna measure all that stuff.
Hey, why don't you come on up here and measure this?
No, I'm gonna bring you down.
Okay.
Since we got that already situated right now, and you can mess with that while I get that cut piece up, and then we're gonna work on these lining this trim piece up.
Okay.
And getting the other piece in and all that other stuff. So.
And you're gonna work on the valleys.
Yep. While I work on the valleys and
get
her situated.
So we got all the four pieces in. I guess that's. And on the valleys, there's just the We got all of the metal up on the mudroom area, except for the parts that Gary's going to have to start cutting out to get ready to clip into those valleys. So in order to utilize our time the best, and since those valley cuts are very particular and Gary's going to want to go ahead and do them, Gary's actually going to get us set up on something else, which is these pieces.
The rake trim!
Yay!
We got to get all this lined up, and we got a lot of Z-channel and cleats and all sorts of stuff to attach to the rakes before we can even put this final trim up. But this will close it in on the rake side. Once this is done, it's onto the ridge. And as soon as the ridge cap is done, it's all buttoned up.
Yeah, and that means we can peel all of that paper off finally, give it the big reveal, and bada bing, bada boom, we got a roof. We're on the final home stretch now, friends. We're so close.
I wanted to get to this day 2, day 3 and do it, but you know, here we are.
Day 4.
Day 4.
Yeah, day 4.
Whatever it is.
But you know, hey, thankfully we've got really good friends that are able to share their time with us, man. Definitely plan on repaying that very, very soon. So anyway, we're going to start working on these next pieces and keep this thing rolling, see how much farther we can get going on it today.
We're on to trim finally, and the remaining of the valley. But oh my gosh, you guys, like that was a lot of metal, and honestly, this would have taken me and Mel months if we were going to do this ourselves, you know. And I can't thank you guys enough. This is huge.
Oh yeah.
And I appreciate every little bit of it, you know.
I told you that when we started it, I'm gonna start it. We're gonna finish it. No matter how long it takes, we're gonna run it out. I got you.
So, and I can't say it again. You guys, thank you so much. You two have been the roof. This roof could not have been done without you guys. Because you guys have been in it on the whole roof. Putting down all the bracing, putting down the zip board, putting down all the joists, putting down everything.
Hey, everything except the ice and water shield.
Except for the ice and water shield, you know? So, it honestly, I couldn't have done it without you guys. And I really thank you guys from the bottom of my heart.
We love you guys.
We love you guys.
It's huge. It's a lot more of a nightmare than I anticipated. Kyle over at R&R Builders, you make it look so easy, and it's not that easy.
I'm sure if you did it every day or often, it would be.
If it was just a regular, you know, none of the valleys, none of the transitions, none of any of that, it probably would have been a lot easier. But
it's all fit together really well. It all went. I mean, it's really good.
It's insane. Thank you guys so much.
And it's lining up.
There.
Yeah, I know.
And it's lining up
we
straight.
haven't had any like, oh no. You know, we haven't.
Yeah, there's been no oh no moments.
It's
just been a little slow going.
Yeah. Other than earlier when I was sliding down the roof. That was an oh no moment.
Yeah, it was. We're trying to do our best. That pollen is not friendly, nor is the metal. The metal is already slick, and that pollen just makes it 10 times worse.
Oh yeah, there's so much pollen on the roof, guys. So much.
Yeah.
A ton of pollen.
Yeah. Almost makes me wonder, you know, I probably should have went yellow just so hide all the pollen.
Nah.
In a couple weeks anyway.
No, but it's a really, really good time, and I'm glad that it was with you guys. But yeah, that was a nightmare, and I'm sorry to put you guys through that nightmare.
Don't be sorry, bro. We're here for you. That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. Gary and Mike and Drew, they were kind of talking about like what they think they're gonna have left coming up next, and we think that it's honestly probably gonna be another 2 days worth of work. So that's what we're anticipating for.
It might be a third. It might be a third.
Oh, blood, sweat, and tears, friends. Blood, sweat, and tears.
I feel like the ridge caps, I want to say it's going to be easy and go in nicely. However, I feel like it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just like the transitional piece of
all those pieces have to be riveted. The riveting is a whole day of just riveting.
Hey, guess what? Riveting. Guess what? And you're riveting with no D-ring to a point. Once we get to one point, we're gonna have no D-ring, so it's gonna be all straddle.
Yeah.
We're still doing it. I guess I'll be here Wednesday.
Let's hope not.
I
though,
hope
you
that
know?
we're not doing it on Wednesday, but honestly, it might be on Wednesday.
Well, because
and if it is Wednesday,
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it will be. It will be.
It might be Wednesday, but it might just be.
We've been doing this for 3 days. we've been doing this for 3 days.
Yeah, we're like, man, dude.
If you made it this far in the video and you haven't liked it already, give Mel a thumbs up because I know she's about to spend like 20 hours editing this whole video.
No.
So give a thumbs up and something positive for Mel.
Oh yeah, and subscribe too, guys.
Yeah,
I would appreciate it. Oh, and not just for me, but for everybody else that are here making it happen. I put all of the names of all the channels down in the description below. Don't be a bum, hit the thumb and subscribe to all these awesome people, because without them, dude, me and Gary would still be Struggle Life Reclaimed, okay?
Struggle Life Reclaimed.
We're the 3 monkeys on the roof.
Yeah.
No, and I don't think we're the only ones that are always on the roof. And
yeah, it's always them.
I couldn't do it if it wasn't for Mike. Honestly, if it wasn't for Mike, I couldn't do it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I am just an assistant up there. I'm like moving all carefully. He like runs by me, just like.
Yeah, but you're doing great though. Dude. You guys are seriously doing great. Way better than I was, but I appreciate it.
It's hard to move on that metal, man. I'm not gonna lie. It is. You feel like you're doing the Running Man up there.
Yes.
In the moonwalk 24/7. It's like, dude, I want to move, but I ain't moving.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yep.
Where are you going?
Try these shoes.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget those. Take those home with you.
Gary did buy me some really grippy shoes, which helped tremendously today, dude. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
We had
you can see how much
Dude, look at all the pollen that's on there, bro.
We even took towels.
Bro.
We even took towels and wiped off all the roof. I mean, it's just falling so much that.
Yeah.
We had a slogan for the first half of the day. It was grippy, grippy, no slippy, slippy.
My arm is dead from holding this camera out, and I'm gonna try to let these guys get on with it. But for now, friends, thanks for hanging out with us, and make sure to go check these guys out. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love y'all.
Well, it's another day on the roof. I've been at it and at it and at it and at it. It feels like forever, it seems like. But we are getting closer and closer to the end. So, this is my diagram. If you guys haven't seen it yet, this is what it looks like. Every single panel and piece through this part of the house is done. The mudroom roof is done. The back of the house's roof is done. I am in the mudroom area. All of it is done except for these last little pieces. Actually, I can trek off. Where's that pen? Where's that pen? Let me do this with you guys. This is what's giving me motivation to keep on going. All right, that one is done. That one is done. Now I got that one and this tiny little one. This one, tiny little one, which I think is going to end up being one of my bigger nightmares. I have a feeling it's going to be the complicated part because of the trim part where the ends sort of come into it, and I'm not going to have a rib for that tiny little piece, which means I'm going to have to put in some Z-bar on that tiny little piece and make sure that that's going to be able to mend and hem and do what it needs to do and blocking in that area. Yeah. If that makes any sense. We're going to find out. All right, you guys, so I've got my pieces all sorts of cut out and ready for up in the valley pieces. I'm up here. I'm about to be out of ice and water shield exposed completely because it's at that peak. It's honestly, it's these two pieces, those two pieces right there, and then a little tiny bit of right here. I got my 16 marks. So it's literally a little bit. So if you don't know, that hem is getting hemmed into this white piece right here. So I'm gonna come around here, make sure I'm lifting it up just ever so slightly. I don't want it to be so hard for me to get it in there. Same thing around here. I've already got my protector right here, which is that piece. That thing's all sorts of getting scratched versus the valley. I know it's dirty. Pollen's no joke. But as soon as it rains, it should all wash off. Slick, slick, slick. All right. that is that. So this piece inner clips over the screws, makes it, the hip fasteners are hidden and none of them are exposed. And the ones that I even put in the ridge will be covered over by the ridge cap. So this one is my more please fit good piece. So let's check this side. So now I need to measure out this piece right here and get these pieces ready, and it should install fairly easy. I mean, that's it. Those are my last two pieces of metal completely on this whole roof, everywhere. And then it's all trim pieces. Okay. Yay! We've got all of the roofing on. Now it's all just trim work. That turned out really, really well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to touch up paint a little bit right there, which I do have a little bit of touch up paint. It is what it is. I'll touch up what I need to, but everything should be nice and ready now for all of the trim stuff. One thing I do need to do is I need to pop some lines so I can cut open the ridge on all this. However, I'm gonna hold off on doing that until I am fully ready for them, which means I'm gonna install all of the rake trim first before I start cutting into the building, because it would really suck if I started doing that and I wasn't able to finish it and the rain came through. That would really suck. It would really suck for the rain getting in between all of this, but at least majority of it is now fully covered. We should be on the straight and narrow. We're at least done with the big task. All the metal is on the roof. Oh my goodness. All right, let's slip and slide down this valley on down, and we'll start working on all of the rake trims and everything else. We got that last piece up there. Yay!
All right, guys, we are down to the trimmiest of all trims. Z channel on this side on the wings. We've already chalked out our line. Look at that nice line.
That's gonna be it right there.
It's gonna be him.
Try to keep these tips up above the rib and to the line right at the right at that all the way down. So don't worry about this one. I'm gonna try to cut it in a way to where this comes out, bends, and goes all the way up.
Gotcha.
So, and then the same thing at that last little tip right there.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's really only 7, and then you'll do the tips.
Yeah, and that fit perfectly right there.
What do you think? Are we gonna start doing the outside like you were thinking yesterday, or what's the next step?
We're gonna do that Z going up.
Okay.
On both sides on the back side.
Yep.
And then we're gonna try to start getting that cleat up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Then we could start closing in the rake trim on the back side.
Yep.
All the way, since we got all the Z trim in there and everything. I'm just trying to figure out where I want this ladder. Right here is safe. Right here, the ladder doesn't, unfortunately, really get to where I want it to be.
Yeah.
I think I might put this one right.
That's what I believe. I won't give up. I'll keep it up until it's over.
Stepping into the unknown is never easy, especially when you're standing on a roof 2 stories up with nothing but determination, teamwork, and a whole lot of let's figure it out as we go. None of us had done this before. Not a single one of us came into this knowing exactly what to do, but we weren't afraid to try. We watched, we learned, we asked questions, we failed forward. We cut, bent, lifted, placed, again and again. Piece by piece, we laughed, we sweat, we stood in awe together watching it come together. And even in the hardest moments, when the sun was beating down, when the measurements were off, when we questioned if we bit off more than we could chew, we kept going. Because that's what you do when you're chasing a dream. You show up, you try, you give it everything you got, even when the odds aren't exactly in your favor. We were so close to the top. You could feel it, but then it stopped. This was not part of the plan. None of us saw it coming. And now the only question is, what do we do next?